Hello there everybody, welcome back to the railway, and today you join me on my workbench for one of the more eccentric videos I will have done on the channel, or surreal, whichever term you prefer. So today we're taking a complete step away from railway modelling, and I thought I would do a video all about this stuff, tea. So yeah, this is completely different to anything else I have done on the channel before, and I was contemplating putting it onto the second channel, T-Piece Productions. There will be a link somewhere in the description or in the card up here. But I thought, you know, there is an age-old debate, or as old as since I put a community post out asking which the best tea is, as to which the best tea. That didn't make any sense. Shall we try that again? Right, so there's an age-old debate over which is the best tea, whether it's PG Tips, which is this stuff, and in my opinion is the best, or this stuff, Yorkshire tea, which I don't drink, and personally I don't remember if it's got much of a difference from PG Tips, but PG Tips is better. And anyway, I'm also a member of George from Hybrid Model Railways Discord server, and everyone on there, including myself, have been discussing about which is the best tea, and I completely believe that it is in fact PG Tips. However, I thought as a bit of a collab with George from Hybrid, so shout out to George, go and subscribe to him if you haven't already. There'll be a link in the card or in the description or something, if I remember. Basically, when he said when he gets to 400 subscribers, I think it's 400, he will taste PG Tips tea and do a comparison between PG Tips and Yorkshire. And I was in Sainsbury's the other day. This is related, I promise you. And I saw some PG Tips tea and Yorkshire tea next to each other, and I thought, ooh yes, I'll buy some of those and do a bit of a comparison as well. So a bit of a collab between the two of us. I don't know if he's got to 400 subscribers yet. I don't know when this video is being released. I'm recording it the day after I went to Sainsbury's. So yeah, I don't know when it's being released. It'll be released whenever he releases his. Anyway, we have a pot of Yorkshire tea, a pot of PG Tips tea. Both of these are brand new, haven't opened them yet. We've got, you have to bear with me because this is incredibly dodgy. I've got my camera, okay, well, my phone, upside down with the camera on, balanced on one leg of the tripod, filming my little prep area that's out of shot. If it's working, I'll cut to it now. If it's not, then you'll have to make do. I've got my trusty promotional free mug from Floyd, the tooling specialist for precision component machining. Great mug, really nice size that. A teaspoon. I've got down here a flask of hot water. A bottle of semi-skimmed milk from Sainsbury's. I don't have enough money to do all my shopping at Sainsbury's, but anyway, yes, and I've also got some Sainsbury's chocolate cookies, because I do. Anyway, if it's working, I'll now cut to a shot of the little prep area, which is the upturned Lidl crate, just out of shot. So it's really badly filmed. I'm just checking my phone, which is in fact recording. It's really badly framed, so I don't move it because it'll fall over. So this just sort of gives you an idea of how dodgy the video is going to be. However, I've also forgot to mention it, my watch, which has got a stopwatch function on it, so I can time exactly how long the cups of tea are brewing. So, I have got my mug and a teaspoon. I didn't really think to bring another mug over, so what I'm going to have to make do with is, and it works, the top part of a flask. Although having thought about it, I could probably just reuse the mug, so that is what I shall do. So, what I'm going to do is put that to one side and I can give my honest opinions on the different teas. So I'm going to start with PG Tips because it's down here where I bought it. It is slightly, down here in the Midlands I should say, slightly cheaper per bag than Yorkshire in the 160 bag size. I couldn't find the larger ones, at the 240 bag or something. So I had to go with two 160s, this one and the Yorkshire. So first of all, some thoughts on the packaging, and I'm just going to zoom out so you can see what I'm talking about. And we've got quite a nice design on the front. This has recently been refreshed, this packaging, but straight away you see it and you're hit with the instantly recognisable PG Tips logo on the front, and the green and the red have really good contrast, so it stands out from the white background. It tells you quite nicely there how many tea bags are inside. It tells you a little bit about it as well. It's mostly marketing lingo, but yeah, so we've got a bit about on the side about what makes their tea so special. Well, the fact it's PG Tips and it's the best tea, that's what. So you can pause and read that if you want. On the back we have got some info about PG Tips Original. Experience a fresh perspective with every sip, not ship. You could sail a ship on it if you wanted to, but I don't think you'd get very far, and it would have to be an infinitesimal ship. So anyway, so fresh perspective with every sip. I can't comment on that really, and some more marketing lingo under there, so you can pause and read that if you want. We've also got some more about, I think it's Fair Trade or Rainforest Alliance or something on the side. There you go, you can pause and read that as well. And I just thought I'd have a look. It uses 100% renewable electricity. I do believe that these are compostable tea bags, so that is good. They don't contain the plastic, which a lot of them do. And it tells you a bit about the nutrition information on the bottom if you want to read it. There you go. How exciting was that? Just having a look to see if it says anything else. So no, 464 grams. So I'll get that open in a moment. Yes, so I'll get that open in a moment. Let's have a quick look at Yorkshire tea. So here is the box of Yorkshire tea, and this has got a much more recognisable design. Even though PG Tips is my personal favourite and I'd recognise it anywhere, Yorkshire tea is the one that really stands out in the supermarket because it's so recognisable. There's nothing else quite like it. You've got this nice sort of painting, I assume it's a painting of some scenery. You've got this red band with Yorkshire tea on the front, really trying to make itself known. Now, I say, personally, I don't tend to drink Yorkshire tea. I drink PG Tips. So I haven't had Yorkshire tea for quite a long time. So we shall see what it's like today. We've got this rather nice artwork on the box, I should say. And it's very, very minimalist in that respect. There's not too much waffle on like it is on the PG Tips one. But we shall start from this side, I think. So you can see these are also plant-based, which is good. I think, is it Typhoo or Tetley that aren't plant-based now? And yeah, that's not great in this day and age. They're also used by the royal family. I think that's what the by appointment to HRH, the Prince of Wales, means. So that is interesting. 160 tea bags again. This, you do get slightly more tea for your money, or that could be due to the plastic wrap they're putting around the outside, which, although it says plant-based, PG Tips don't bother with that, and it isn't really necessary in my opinion. Just make sure the box is nice and sealed, and you'll be fine. On the lid it says outstanding tea since 1886, so it has been going for longer than PG, which was founded in 1930. On the back, on the sides of the box, I thought I might as well mention those. We've got some artwork, presumably supposed to depict Yorkshire, but I'll go about the bottom of the box in a minute. We have a little bit of marketing lingo on the back about a proper brew. It's not a proper brew is PG Tips. But at least that's my thought, so we'll see how true that is today. It is also Rainforest Alliance certified, but PG Tips claim that they were the first people to get that certification. So that's interesting, I guess. And on the bottom it tells you a little bit how to brew your tea here, which, well, yeah. And a bit about packaging and other things as well. As you can see, these are both black teas. I haven't gone with anything else because I only drink black tea. So I'm going to unbox this one first because it happens to be the one I've got it. So you've got to find the really annoying pull tab to get rid of the plastic, which I'm not a fan of. Anyway, and pull the pull tab, which for once has actually worked. Doesn't tend to happen. Remove the plastic off the ends. Does it smell yet? Yes, that does smell a bit of tea, which is always good, I suppose, considering it's a box of tea. And put the plastic in the bin that's just out of sight, and we shall open this up. So, lift the lid. Straight away, that hasn't been sealed, but you do smell tea. As soon as you open it up, it does smell of tea. It does smell very, very nice. Open these up, and you can see we have here some stacks of square tea bags. And now that's an interesting point, actually. PG Tips have just moved to doing square tea bags like this over their traditional pyramid ones. Presumably because they're better for the environment, but they claim it's because it makes the tea taste better. So maybe Yorkshire were onto something anyway. They're also in lots of tea, so you have to split them down the middle in a very satisfying peel when you, or tear I suppose, when you want to use just one tea bag like I'll be doing today. Anyway, so that is the Yorkshire tea opened up, and I shall get the PG Tips open and we can see which one is best in terms of packaging. So I've already waffled on enough about the PG Tips packaging and what's on the outside. So let's get this open, and it does open from the back, but it is sealed without the plastic, which is always a nice bonus. So you open up that little flap on there, and then you just sort of tear it on the top, which doesn't really want to work today. No, there you go. Got it to work eventually. And also you can see that these guys have opted for the same sort of square tea bag in lots of 2 stacked up, like so. So you can see that on there. And other than that, they are very, very similar. However, the PG Tips one, these little flaps here don't fold up. These are glued down. But then I guess that's to do with the packaging and how this is sealed from the factory. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a PG Tips cup of tea first. I'm now going to cut to the camera that's down there, assuming it works, because I don't want to get hot water all over my desk. It doesn't matter if I get it on the upturned little box. So, let's go and do that. Right, so I'm on my phone's camera now, which is very, very precariously perched on the bit in between my tripod. So I've got my mug here, and I hope you guys can see it, all of this, because if you can't, then I'm wasting my time. And indeed, you can't see that. You can see it now. I've also got a teaspoon, and my camcorder's just fallen over, so I've got that to look forward to in a bit. For now, though, I'm going to get the PG Tips box, which hopefully you can see here. There it is. And I am going to take 1 tea bag from the top. So let's just do that right now. And I put that in the mug there, and ideally not drop the other one on the floor. And in fact, I can take my teaspoon out of there. Now, I've also got my watch here today, so I can time exactly how long I'm brewing them for. Now, if you will excuse me for one moment, I'm going to pour some hot water in there and start the stopwatch at the same time, and there is a very high chance, considering that it's me doing this, that it won't go very, very well. Don't know if I had to put 2 verys in that. That was a bit weird, wasn't it? Anyway, we shall quickly, just making sure that the phone is actually recording, we shall get some hot water, and hoping you guys can see this as well. And I've got my watch here, ready to go. There it is, all set up on the stopwatch. You probably didn't get a chance to see that. And I have my flask of hot water, because I don't have a kettle over here. And as soon as it hits the tea bag, I'm going to set go. Go. We are now brewing some PG Tips tea. There you go. And I'm going to leave that to brew for 2 minutes 30 seconds. So I'm going to come back when 2 minutes 30 seconds is over, and yeah, we'll see which one is the best. Right, so we've got just under 30 seconds left. As I said, I'm going to do it for 2 minutes 30 seconds. This is on the PG one. Right, so we've got 15 seconds left. I've popped a teaspoon in there as well. That's the only change since you last saw it. It might have been in there anyway. But I have done that. And we have got 3, 2... Well, we've got about 2 seconds left, so I'm just going to pick it up, and I'm going to... My camcorder's yelling at me now. Squeeze it up against the side and put the tea bag in the bin. Right, I'm now going to pour some milk, and I'm going to do this down here as well. Shut up, camcorder. Turn that off. Right, there you go. Turn that off now so it's not going to beep at me. I've got some milk. This is semi-skimmed milk. I'm just going to pour a tiny bit in because I like it quite strong. So I'll make sure it is in fact filming, which it is. So I'm going to pour just a dash in, and that's probably a bit weak for me, but that is some tea. That's the PG tea. So let's go get it up onto the layout and test it. Right, did I say layout? I meant my workbench, but here, when it comes into shot, is the PG Tips cup of tea. Now, this is a nice colour. There's no froth or anything on top. It is steaming, but you probably can't see that very well. So, first thoughts are, smell. It smells like tea. It smells very, very nice. Yeah, very nice of tea. Probably got a nice shot of my nose then, so apologies about that. But yeah, this smells very, very nice of tea. It's got a very, very distinctive smell. This is the smell of PG Tips. So, if the Floyd mug has done its honours and held it properly, there should be enough in here to take a first sip. So let's do that now. And as I said before, this is going to be one of the more surreal videos done on the channel. And indeed it is. So, and straight away, that's got a really nice taste there. It's got the bitterness of the tea, but it's not too bitter. And you've got the flavour of the tea scent, as it were, coming through, but it's not too strong. There's just a hint of it there. It's also really nice and hot, so that always helps. Yeah, so there's plenty of flavour there. It's not as flavourful and as aromatic as some teas I've had in the past from, you know, I can't remember, is it Tea Pigs or something? I've had a couple of in the past. Those have been really, really nice, but they're just too expensive for most people. This has got a really, really nice compromise between the bitterness of the tea, which isn't too strong, and also the slight aroma of tea leaves there, like when you open up the box of tea. So, let's see if there's anything else to comment about. I don't have sugar with it as well, I should add, so because I'm normal. Not to insult you if you do, but yes, that's got quite a nice flavour, as I said before. It's hot as well, which always adds, so it's got a really good balance between the bitterness and the aroma. I know I keep saying it, but it really has got a nice balance. It's not too strong on the aroma side, it's not too strong on the bitterness side. It's just how I like it. And not surprising considering I like PG Tips tea, and I was the one that made the tea. So yeah, that is really, really good. So now I'm going to drink this cup of tea, and then we can crack on and make a Yorkshire cup of tea. Right, so I have in fact finished the PGT. There's my empty mug with a broken handle now. It's just started to crack and come away from the mug, which is somewhat sad, but also to be expected when it's been used as much as it has. So, it is now time, presuming you can see that, which you can, to reset the stopwatch on my watch, which I've just accidentally started. There we go, and we're going to do some Yorkshire tea now. So there is the Yorkshire tea box. There it is, Yorkshire tea. Just going to get some tea bags from it, open them into two as it were, pop them in there. Right, there is the tea in the mug, and I'm going to get my flask of hot water, open it up again, and we shall pour some water in. And straight away, actually, that's got a better colour. And I have just started the the stopwatch. So apologies about that. I'm having a small coughing fit, but I have just started the stopwatch, which is now going. And straight away, that has in fact got a slightly better colour than the PGT did, which I will readily admit that. And in fact, it does smell slightly better. It has got much more of the aromatic there, but although the aroma, as I said, with the tea, is slightly less with the Yorkshire stuff, which is what we're brewing now. Anyway, I'll come back to you guys in 2 minutes and 30 seconds when it is brewed for the exact same amount of time, and then we shall discuss further. Right, so we've got just under 30 seconds left again, and I'm just setting up the camcorder ready to film the next shot. So, right, that is filming. So, with 15 seconds to go, I will then be able to give you guys my honest opinion on Yorkshire tea. So, 7 seconds to go. And right, that has now had the exact same amount of time brewing. Again, I'm going to sort of squeeze it up against the side to get the flavour out, and then chuck that into the bin. It's just over there. So, let's add, again, a dash of milk. Again, semi-skimmed. I'll try and get it to the same sort of strength. That seems about right, probably a little bit too much. Straight away, that has got a lighter colour. Anyway, I'm now going to bring this up onto the main shot, which you'll just be seeing now. So, this is the Yorkshire tea. Again, I'm going to take a quick first sip in a minute, but straight away, that's got a much stronger flavour, or scent I should say. I haven't tried any. It's got a much stronger scent to it, because that smells straight away so much stronger of tea. So it's looking promising for the Yorkshire side here, which I'm embarrassed to say, but you know, it is what it is. And perhaps if you guys like this video and it does really, really well, I might do another one between, I don't know, Tetley Typhoon or something like that. I could do like a whole tea championships. That would be a bit weird, wouldn't it, for a model railway channel? But you know, I suppose tea is essential if you're after a model railway or want to start one. I don't know. Anyway, smells of tea. It's very, very much lighter. I keep saying very, very much. Doesn't make any sense. But it's much lighter. Anyway, we shall try some, I think. So, go in for the first sip. I shouldn't pick it up by the handle because the handle's dying. So, Right, that does taste very, very different. Straight away, that's got a slightly different flavour to it. Can't place a finger on what it is, so I shall take another sip, that is, not another cup of tea. Well, it's flipping hot. I would say that's got more of a tea flavour to it. It's not as bitter, straight away. And it's got more of a tea aroma to it, maybe, over the bitterness, which is, it depends on your taste. I quite like a good mixture of the two. Yeah, now let's have another one, shall we? Yeah, so it's got a slightly different flavour to it. I can't really place a finger on what it is exactly, but it's got the sort of aroma as an aftertaste, if you know what I mean by that, as opposed to being there when you're drinking it, which is an interesting way of doing it, but I guess that sort of makes you want to go back for more. Yeah, it is quite nice, but I think, to be honest, they're very, very similar. It all depends on what your taste is at the moment, but I shall be giving some verdicts, like a proper little score, out of 10 as it were, at the end of the video. But yes. Yeah, so that is much less bitter than the PG one. It might be down to the fact I've put more milk in it unintentionally, but it looks about the same sort of colour. And yeah, I would say that has got less bitterness. I keep saying it, so I don't want to say I would say. I have said many times it has got less bitterness to it there. It's probably got a bit more of the tea flavour coming through in that, which is an interesting one. Obviously they're different blends, so it will depend. But yeah, I think that is a pretty solid cup of tea, to be honest. Yeah, that is a pretty good cup of tea. Now, if I had to choose which one's better, well, that's a tough one. It depends, because the PG tea is better, in my opinion, just from the first taste, if you're after the sort of a good balance between the two, whereas this one seems to be more focused on the aromatic scent, as it were, the proper smell of tea, if you know what I mean by that. So yeah, I'm going to drink the rest of this and then I'll give you my verdict at the end of the video. Right, so I have now finished drinking all the tea, and I am on the last Sainsbury's chocolate biscuit, which I haven't been dunking because I'm not insane. Anyway, I've got some scores on this piece of pink flashcard. Very professional, you know. Anyway, I do have a winner out of the two I've tested today, and I will be going through the scores like I do in a review. So, PG tips. For bitterness of the taste of the tea, this got 6 out of 10. It was quite bitter. It wasn't too bitter, it wasn't like overwhelmingly bitter. It had just the right balance for me between bitter and the aroma that you can taste in the tea. So yeah, I got 6 on bitterness. For the aromatic taste, as it were, as in whether or not you can taste the aroma of tea, it got 5. It's sort of midway. You can taste it there a little bit, but it's not loads. And it is sort of overpowered by the more bitter side, which is how I like my tea personally. So the next category on here is the aroma, the scent when you open the box, and PG Tips got that one for me. That got 7 out of 10. It's not the strongest aroma I've ever had whilst opening a box, but it's certainly pretty good. It was better than the Yorkshire one. In terms of packaging, I've given it 10 out of 10. Nothing I would do differently on the PG Tips packaging. It shows clearly what's in it, it shows clearly where it's come from, all that good stuff, and it's plastic free as well, which is brilliant, particularly for the environment. And now we come on to the last category, which is the cost. So on Sainsbury's website they cost £4.90. Yes, £4.90 I think. And basically that comes out at a cost per bag of 3.06 pence per bag for PG Tips, which is quite expensive if you think about it, but that's the cost for that, so bear that thought in mind. And that comes out with an overall of 5.6 out of 10, so middle of the road really. It's not the best tea I've ever had. It doesn't come out too badly either, I guess, because it is, you know, it's decent. The next the next contender, aka Yorkshire tea, for bitterness it got 4. Not very much bitterness there at all. Might be down to the fact that there was slightly drop more milk or so, but yeah, not too much bitterness in there. The taste and the aroma, that got 6. You could definitely taste it more than you could in the PG, so that's higher on that score. Yorkshire for the aroma scent when opening the box, that got 5. It is there, just not very, very... I keep saying that, not very, very strong. It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's not very strong. No, definitely not as strong as the PG Tips one, which got 7. So yeah, Yorkshire gets 5 on that score. In terms of packaging, it got 9 out of 10. The reason for that is because it was in that horrible plastic wrap. Not great for the environment, especially when PG Tips are using plastic-free packaging. You know, it's one point, it's not too bad. And the cost of Yorkshire tea at Sainsbury's website is £4. So it is cheaper than the what's it called, PG, and that comes out at 2.5 pence per bag. So overall, the Yorkshire scored, are you ready for this, 5 out of 10. So exactly halfway, which isn't bad. Yeah, so that got the point over the PG because it's cheaper. I should have said that. So yeah, it's not too bad. It is 0.6 of a mark below the PG Tips, and I think had they used no plastic on the packaging, plastic free, it would have won over the PG Tips. So if you are from Yorkshire, then Yorkshire is a good tea to drink. It's not as good as PG Tips, I must still admit that, but it's certainly closer than I thought it was. So yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this, then go and check out Hydrochen's video. If it's out when I put mine out, I'll put a link in the top corner. If it's not, then I'll do something. But yeah, go check out Hydrochen, George's channel. I'll put a link in the top corner, in a card, or in the description or something. There'll be a link somewhere. You might have to have a look for it. But yeah, thank you for watching. As I said, if you have enjoyed, please do let me know in the comments, and if this video does well, I might do a sequel. The winner today was PG, so I might do some PG versus, you know, another brand like Tetley or something. But yeah, I could make it into a bit of a series, or alternatively, if you didn't enjoy it, let me know. It is something very, very different for the channel, and I don't intend to be doing it again unless this series does well. So thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, share and subscribe, and the next video you see should be something a bit more normal. Thanks for watching, see you soon.